YouTube friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to take you along with me on a regular summer day. On this day we're going to go to the library. We wanted to just kind of clean up a little bit in the house and get a few things listed on Facebook Marketplace. The girls were coming home actually on the day after I filmed this, so you'll see later I'm going to go upstairs to their rooms and kind of pick up in there just so they can come home to a nice clean bedroom and a clean bathroom. So I hope that you get a little bit of motivation from this video, or you can just kind of sit back and pour yourself a cup of coffee and just hang out with me while I do my regular summer day stuff. So we are going to move on to the kitchen and we are going to get some things listed on Facebook Marketplace. So specifically this popcorn maker that I had really great intentions, but honestly, I never pull this thing out. Microwave popcorn is just so much easier and so much easier to clean. So I listed that. And then I'm also going to list this bag full of these Contigo sippy cups. I love these things. I got them at Costco. They sell them on Amazon. However, our boys are old enough to just drink out of a cup, and these have, the cup, the lid, and then both pieces of the straw. So rather than having 4 pieces of things to dry from the dishwasher, I would rather just put the cups back where they go. So they've served their purpose. We've had them for, a little while, but they're still in great condition. And so I went ahead and listed these. I just wanted to give you guys like a really good example of spending probably all in less than 5 minutes for sure to put the straws back in, line them up, take the photo, and create the listing. So probably 5 minutes of my time, and I sold them for $10. It's not that much. I mean, it's just $10, but like I would much rather have $10 in my pocket and, maybe take the kids and go get a little treat, go get Starbucks, whatever, than to have extra clutter sitting around. And there are certain items that it's not going to be worth it to, list it on Facebook Marketplace. If it's only going to get you $2 or something, yeah, in those cases, I just kind of donate stuff. But I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and list this, and it actually worked really well. I had tons of messages, and like I said, someone came within probably 20 minutes and bought these. So just an example, and the popcorn maker is still sitting here. I don't know, maybe that's not a very hot ticket item, but I do try to list things on Facebook Marketplace kind of like as I see them, just so I can constantly keep our house at a manageable level. Like we don't need cabinets overflowing with cups, or, kitchen items like appliances that we don't use. If I notice something that we truly haven't used or pulled out in 6 months, a year, I'm like, no, I don't need to store this for no reason. So anyway, just my little spiel about Facebook Marketplace, because I do have sort of a love-hate relationship with it, but it is a great way to make a little bit of cash and declutter, most importantly. All right, now it's time to clean up the mess from breakfast. We had some banana pumpkin muffins here, and then just some random fruit. I always put the fruit out pretty much for every meal, the fruit that I cut up, and then it'll get eaten up that that way. So if I leave it in the fridge, sometimes they kind of forget about it. So I'm just putting the strawberries into the smaller container because I was running out of fridge space and this other one was unnecessary. And then I'm gonna start getting the boys ready so we can go to the library. Right, so you just saw me pick up the kitchen. I really like to try to do this after every meal. Otherwise, just with all the kids at home in the summer, like it would get out of hand very quickly. So I know that this is all sped up, but honestly, it probably took me less than 10 minutes to get everything, just dishes put in the dishwasher, get the counters wiped down. It's not a big deal, but then we can kind of go on with the rest of our day without having a mess. So now I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat one of these muffins, drink some tea, and this is when I'm gonna do those 2 Facebook listings. And again, less than 5 minutes that this took me, and it got rid of some clutter and we made a little bit of money. All right, so still kind of going around, picking up. I was kind of telling the boys at this point, like, okay, go put your shoes on, like, let's get ready. We're going to go to the library. You can see it's kind of like a really rainy day. We had several rainy days in a row in Northeast Ohio, and the library is always a great option. I love taking the kids there. We go a couple times a week. I noticed as I was running around cleaning up that somebody had gotten some marks all over the wall. These walls are really not very wipeable, but I tried my best. So I put a little bit of that Dr. Bronner's like dish soap, multi-purpose soap on a rag with some hot water, and I just kind of like tried to wipe it off. Can't use anything too harsh because we have this builder's grade paint that will just wipe right off. So I got that cleaned up. I do go around occasionally with like a roller and touch up, but only, I don't know, maybe a couple times a year. So got those wiped up. I needed to grab the library books that were needing to be returned, which is in this big stack here. And I just want to encourage you guys, if you've got small kids or even older kids, the library is a great place to go. It costs nothing. They have so many resources other than books. So we ended up getting a couple of tablets that were preloaded with one of them's about space, which Foster's super interested in, and then one of them is about American history, which Graham is really interested in. But they were so thrilled. It gets us out of the house, and then the best part is our libraries all have like a little book sale at some point in the library, and they sell adult hardcover books between 50 cents and $1, and then children's books are 25 cents. So this is truly how I've built our like at-home library for the boys and the girls. These books I absolutely loved. I got these 3 books for 50 cents each as like coffee table books, and I try to look for anything that would kind of match our decor. So I loved this one that said the Ohio lands because it's a bunch of photos of Ohio. And as you guys know, we're not from here. We are pretty mobile and travel for my husband. We relocate for my husband's job whenever he's promoted. So we know we're not going to be in Ohio forever, probably, but it'll be nice to kind of like look back and have, we have some Florida books, and now we have this Ohio book, and I just think it's nice to have and kind of pick up and look through. So you can see I'm kind of like, okay, where do I want to put this? I didn't love like the gray. I wish that this book was entirely black, but I ended up moving it to one of our built-in shelves and moving around the other ones, and they might stay there, they might move. We're kind of flexible. But anyway, if your local library does have a book sale, I would love to be someone who could go thrifting. It's just really not my thing. Maybe I can get into it at some point, but the library is my version of thrifting with these books, and it brings me so much joy to bring these in and have something to decorate with. Got Reese's room finished up. She really left her room pretty clean before she went to Illinois, but the girls went to Illinois to visit family. That's where we are originally from. We are from the Illinois side of St. Louis, so a lot of times people will hear Illinois and kind of think Chicago, but I've actually only been to Chicago a couple times in my whole life, so we usually just tell people we're from St. Louis. But anyway, they were in Illinois visiting family, and they were going to come back. They had been there, I think, total about 3 weeks. We have finally gotten to the point where they are able to fly alone. This is the first year that they've been able to do that, and it's life-changing. It's so nice. It's actually a lot easier than I had expected, because the airlines just let me go all the way through security with them, and then literally like put them on the plane. Like, I don't get on the plane, but I go all the way to where they're boarding, and I can see them get on, I can see the plane take off, and then someone is there on the other side doing their reverse. So it's not as scary as I had built it up to be. And they are 12 and 15 and very, very mature. So if you have any questions about, children flying alone, I'm happy to answer them. But I will say for us, it's been really, really nice. And I can't wait until Graham is able to do it as well and go visit his grandparents and everything. All right, now we are in Chloe's room. Chloe had a little bit more going on in her room. She is very type A. She's very much like me, and she is very, very good at like organizing and keeping her room picked up. She goes to school. We leave before 7 a.m. to go to school. Of course, it's summer break right now, but I'm telling you, this girl makes her bed every single day before 7 a.m. I mean, she likes to come home to a clean room. But she had kind of gotten it a little crazy before she left because she was packing and all of that, understandably. So I went ahead and picked up kind of what I knew. I didn't really know where everything went, but I picked up what I did know and left it for her to kind of decide where to put. And then I wanted to just at least get her bed made and get their bathroom counters wiped off. Girls' rooms are all the way finished. They look really nice. They smelled fresh and clean. Then we had a little bit of just like chill time in the afternoon. Nobody naps here anymore, but Graham was reading. He's been really into these I Survived books. And then this was actually a coloring book that I got from the library that was super cool. It looks like stained glass and the areas are really like big. So Foster really enjoyed like coloring those in, although we have dry markers now because they used so much markers, but that's okay. I am happy to spend all the money on art supplies and stuff like that because it keeps him so entertained, and I feel like it just like lets his mind wander a little bit. It's not, I mean, he definitely has screen time, don't get me wrong, but it's at least some activity that he can do that does not involve a screen in the summer. So we like to try to do art as much as we can. Last thing I'm gonna do that's kind of chore related for the day is move over this laundry And this is my Barefoot Dreams blanket, so I'm going to go hang that like over the banister to dry. I never dry that because I don't know, it's kind of expensive and I don't want to mess anything up. And I throw in the things that I put in the dryer, which are basically like socks, underwear, pajamas, and then everything else gets hung up to dry just so we can keep it looking nice. Plus, I feel like this really helps me when I put away laundry. I don't have like an overwhelming load of laundry coming out of the dryer because it's already hung on hangers. So I just grab it and put it in the closet that it goes into. And on this evening, we had a baseball game for Foster. He's playing in, it's a league called Basher Ball. It's kind of like in between T-ball and like rookie baseball. Super cute. So that was really fun. He's really made a lot of improvement from last year in T-ball. He was like just playing in the dirt, and this year he's like focused the whole game. He's doing such a good job. My husband practices with them every single day all year because we have the batting cage in the basement. They're out there. That's my husband pitching. This is Foster batting. Look at how well he does. And then Graham has learned the sign language alphabet, so he wants to show me that all the time. Bless his heart, look how cute he is. He still had his athletic glasses on because he had a soccer practice earlier in that day. We're always doing something. The girls are back now. I feel so happy having all 4 of my kids at home, and we are just in full swing with cheer practices and all of the things, but I would not have it any other way. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love to have you. And I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend if you're